So a slight disclaimer, not disclaimer, but I am still a little bit sick, so I don't know if you'll be able to hear it in my throat. There's probably gonna be a lot more cuts in this video because of like coughing and stuff. But yeah, it's weird to be recording a video again. But I just want to talk. It's like it's not like a New Year's specific video, but it is like a like late Christmas story, I guess. So there's a first time for everything in life, and there are some things that you just may not ever do in life. One of those things for me was drinking. Yeah, I've never really had any interest in drinking before, but I just thought, why not? Christmas is almost here. Um, I'm going to be out of town, and my friends are all getting together at the bar this tonight. So for Christmas Eve, I was like, sure, maybe just once, right? And that's how it starts. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not addicted to alcohol, but you just be careful because from what I've heard and from the horror stories you've probably heard as well, it is very dangerous. So, drink responsibly. So, like I said, I've never really drunken before or drinking alcohol like ever. I've never really cared to. Like from like the open beers that I've smelt before, it smells awful, and I've heard it tastes just as bad. So I never really had any interest in doing it. But 'tis the season, I guess. So I did, and so yeah, I just want to tell the story. So first thing we did was I was picked up by. I went drinking with three of my friends this night, who you may have are seen on YouTube and or Twitch. You'll know the first two from Brain Rot if you watch that channel too, Captain Nixon's and Mario Fan 188. And a newcomer to YouTube, JCal Ruby. Well, I'd say JCal, but there's a one in the spelling. I'd say it, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, he started posting on YouTube recently, and he did edit a little section of one of our Brain Rot videos before. So he's not really a newcomer, or not a newcomer, a stranger, so to speak. So I went drinking with all of them, and Mario was out and about that night, so he was going to be joining us later. And Captain Nixon picked me up, and we went to go pick up JCal at his house. And then we parked outside of Nick's house because he lives like right down the street from all the bars. So we walked the rest of the way. We were just walking around, and we met up with Mario at the first bar. Mario ended up running a little bit late, so JCal and I played a game of pool because luckily, surprisingly, there was nobody out drinking on Christmas Eve, so the pool table was empty, and we started up a game. That was pretty fun. I lost, not horribly. I played better than I expected to. And then Mario got there. So Mario got there, we finished up the game, and Nick was like, all right, let's go, let's get that drink before they close, right? So we're like, all right, cool. We headed back down to the bar, and Nick's like, hey, this is Buddy's first drink over here, and the bartender was like, I got you, and he handed me this menu, and I only really remember the two drinks that I had before that story, or continuation of the story. I got this for you.
Sweet, right? Or it's strange. It's like tingly a little bit.
Yeah?
You taste the alcohol? I don't know.
You don't taste the alcohol.
I don't know.
You
Then
don't
you might
know?
taste alcohol.
I don't.
I'm not gonna cap. I don't know.
You might. You might do.
Cause like it doesn't taste like bad.
Okay.
So another one. Oh, hold on now.
So yeah, that was a video, so to speak, of the actual night of my actual first drink. And so yeah, the first one we had was what they called a Superman, or a white Superman, I should say. They called it white despite it being blue, but it was mixed with, I think, like a white Rockstar energy drink. It was like some sort of vodka was the drink in the mix. And yeah, like I said in the little recording, I didn't taste anything like bad. Like I could taste like the what I think was the Rockstar. I don't drink energy drinks, so I wouldn't know what that tastes like either. But there was like lingering tingling, like kind of sourness in my mouth. And I'm like, I don't know if this is what it is, what it's supposed to be. Or I don't know if this is the alcohol or if it's something else that was in the mix. But it's probably not the alcohol because it doesn't taste like absolute shit. So they're like, all right, you gotta have another one. And I was like, all right, yeah, you know, because I don't know if one, you know, why do I say you know like that? Like you don't know, I don't know. Half the time I don't even know. So why am I saying like you know? Anyways, so the second drink we ordered was what was just called a regular Superman, and this one was red. The first one was blue, despite being called a white Superman. They should just call it a red Superman and a blue Superman. But hey, what do I know? So that one was pretty much the same mix, just a different flavor of energy drink. And again, I didn't feel any sort of like buzz, at least not initially, not at this bar. So after the 2 drinks, I was like, you know, I'm just gonna hold myself a little bit because I don't want to go overboard and I don't know what my limit is. So we were like, all right, let's go back up to the pool table or we get some more drinks. And there was another party that was up at that pool table. So we're like, all right, let's bar hop. The next bar we hopped to had a drink that J-Cal actually enjoyed. And J-Cal doesn't really drink all too often, at least from what I've heard, because I've only been to the bar with him once. And like I said, I never drink at the bars usually. That was the only time I've ever seen him drink. But from what I heard from after that night is that he really, really, really can taste alcohol even in like mixes. And so he kind of forces himself to do that, which I don't know why he would do that. I told him like, dude, why do you force yourself to drink if you're not enjoying it? And he was like, the effects, bro, or something like that. I don't remember exactly. But so yeah, he said, yo, this is drink you gotta try it, dude. It actually tastes kind of good. It was called like a Kool-Aid or something, which yeah, you know, it tastes exactly what the name implies. It tastes like Kool-Aid. And I wasn't really feeling any sort of buzz yet. It wasn't until after the 4th drink where I started to feel a little dizzy. The 4th drink, oh, the Kool-Aid and the Kryptonite, that was the 4th drink. I have no clue what was in those. I mean, it was something, I know that, but like I don't know what specifically because I wasn't looking at a menu that like had, you know, like the list of like drinks inside of the mix. And so I started to feel a little dizzy. I'm like, oh, I think it's starting to hit it. Like, not dizzy, but like I could feel myself starting to sway a little bit. And then Mario orders 4 shots of Jameson. I think that's what it was called. And Jake Howell was like, dude, if you can't taste this is like pure alcohol. If you can't taste this, you are actually an alcoholic. And I'm like, all right, drink. You know, I wasn't planning on getting another one, but drink's already here. After this, I'm calling it quits. Like, and I told everybody, I was like, yeah, I'm calling it quits. You're not gonna get me to drink anymore, no matter how hard you try. And like, they weren't trying to get me to drink more, but like, they were like, you need to at least have 1 shot of alcohol so you know what it tastes, or 1 shot of like straight liquor so you know what it tastes like. And so I did. I was like, oh, there's that alcohol smell. And I went to go take the shot, and I did. And it is one of the worst things I have ever tasted. After the shot, Jake Howell told me, he was like, dude, I saw you make a face, like you did like a wince, and like I would recreate it here, but like I don't have good tracking on my model. He was like, dude, I saw your face wince, but and I was gonna laugh, but as soon as I did, the alcohol hit my tongue and I couldn't stop. So yeah. So then after that I was done. I was starting to feel I was swaying on my feet a little bit, so I was like, all right, you know, I'm done for sure. We're good. So after I think it was after a few more minutes because we got some water to wash out the taste from our mouths, and we hopped to another bar. And this bar, they ordered another shot of I don't remember what, and I was like, ooh, yeah, like buzz is hitting me. Like I was still like, I could walk fine, I could see fine. I just felt like I felt a little bit lightheaded and like light on my feet. So I was like, okay, so this is why they tell you not to drive. And this other bar had pool tables as well. So one of them was empty, so we decided, let's do a 2v2. Me and Jake Hell against Mario and Nick. And we won. Jake Hell kind of carried. So, yeah. But they didn't do too bad, Mario and Nick. And then the other table at this time had cleared off as well. So we decided to do 1v1s. It was Mario versus Nick and me versus Jake Hell. Like, no. It was Mario versus Jake Hell and me versus Nick. And then I beat Nick. I don't remember who beat... I think Jake Hell beat Mario. I don't remember exactly how their game went. And then we went back to sit down. Me and Mario sat down while Jake Hell and Nick played darts. And I am even worse at darts than pool. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna sit this one out. And right before we left the bar, Nick and Jake Hell started having some fun with some other friend group that was there around the pool tables, and they did a 2v2. Or it was supposed to be a 2v2. The other friend group ended up cheating and having their entire friend group start taking turns when it was supposed to be a straight 2v2. And so Nick and Jake Hell sold so hard. This is the worst I have ever seen anybody play pool. They I think like at the last few turns, there were moments where they just hit the ball so bad that the cue ball so bad that they didn't even make it to their target ball. And like for the first half of the game, I could give it a pass because there wasn't none of their balls were in good positions to actually be hit or go into the pockets without knocking one of the other team's balls into the hole. Saying balls a lot. I should stop. But yeah, they lost, and then Nick was like, "Man, I should have just cheated and had you play some." And I was like, "I don't know, man. Whatever." Yeah. So during the game, during the team game between friend groups, Mario had actually left the bar to head home, and we're like, "All right, we'll see you." And yeah, so I mentioned this because after we left the bar, we're like, let's go hit up that gas station corner store that we usually do, right? And on the way there, we see Mario walking down the street, leaving that same gas station. We're like, oh hey, look who it is. And so he doubled back with us and came back to the store, corner store with us. And while we were there, I found the greatest thing I have ever found. Well, not the greatest thing I've ever found. A legendary pull, if you will. Something that I don't ever see usually. I found Munchos. If you don't know what Munchos are kind of like these... I don't know how they're made, but they're potato chips, but they're like really, really... have this really unique flavor to them, different from Lay's, and they're pretty thick too. They're so good, and you can't find them like anywhere pretty much. I found them at a liquor store, a Walgreens, and this other corner store, gas station store, and yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. I've never found them like in like a Target or a Walmart. So yeah, after that, we walked over to Mario's house where Jake, Hal, and I were gonna get our rides home, and then Nick was gonna head out and walk. And yeah, we just yapped, and it was cold. It was really cold. I think I ended up getting my cold from that night because of how cold it was. And yeah, that was so yeah, that was fun. I I don't know if I'll ever drink again because I don't know if maybe something about that made it easier for me to get sick, but I don't know. Yeah, drink responsibly because you don't want to lose your life to it.